Hello friends, today we will be discussing about basics of operator overloading. Why operator overloading is needed, and then we will discuss one example of unary operator overloading. Okay, then in coming videos we will discuss about other operators, how to overload the operator. So my basic purpose for this video is why we do operator overloading. Let's start it now. Let's say we have one variable, we have two integer variable. For example, we have one variable x that is equal to 5 and we have another variable y that is equal to 6. If we want to add them, simply we can write cout x plus y. No problem, it is going to give us 11. Let's check it now. It is going to give us 11. Yes, run it and just check the result. And the result will be 11. What type of error it is? Oh, sorry, I need not to put it here again. Oh, okay, now when we will run it, it is going to give us 11. See, this is the result. This is 11. X plus y, 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. But for example, we have a class. Let's say my class name is item. Okay, and then let's say this class has two private members. For example, here my class is having two private members. Both are, let's say, float type, float x and float y. And then let's say class is having some public functions. One constructor, let's say constructor is parameterized constructor. It is some float a comma float b, and then I will assign b to a to x and b to y. This is my class. And then let's say we have some, just cross it, let's say we have some display function inside this class. This function will just show the value of x and y. For example, cout x, then next line, and then cout y, and then next line. Fine. Now let's say I write two objects for this class. I write two objects for this class, item object 1 comma object 2. If I want to apply this addition operator, just because it is a parameterized constructor, so I need to declare something here for one object and then for second object 2.3 comma 8.5. okay, let's say these are my two objects. But if I want to use this plus operator for these two objects, for example, if I want to add two objects, because objects are also variable of class type, we can say that these are variables of user defined type. So if I want to write this, I am not able to write this. I am not able to add these two objects. Here you can clearly see that this is an error. So this is the main purpose of operator overloading. If we want that objects or user defined variable will work as built-in type, like here I am able to add two objects, or I am able to perform any operation on two objects, then we can say that we can do only with the help of operator overloading. So this is the main purpose of operator overloading. Okay, now we will check how we can do operator overloading. It can be done with the help of a special function that is called operator function. The function name is operator function. Operator overloading is done with the help of a special function, that is a operator function. How to write operator function? This function can be of both type. This function can be of both type. This function can be member function and this function can be friend function, or this function can be global function also. If it is a global function, then it is necessary to be this function as friend function. Otherwise, it is not able to access private member of class. So we write operator function. It may be a member function. It can be a member function. It can be a global function. Some operator, but it is a limited thing. we cannot overload some operator. There are 3-4 operators which cannot be overloaded. So first we will check how to write a function. For example, I need to write operator function for this unary minus operator. What this operator will do, if something is positive, it is going to make that thing negative. For example, then I will write it. First I will write return type of that function. Then I will write keyword operator. This operator is a keyword. The symbol of operator, let's say unary minus. Then parameter, list of parameter if there is something, and then I will write the operation. Now this function is a member function. This is member function. So I will write it here. It is a member function. Now here I can write x will be equals to minus x and y will be equals to minus y with the help of this overloaded function. Now this is done. Operator overloading is done. Now when I will write object here, let's say my object is item and my object name is object1, and I need to give two parameters, let's say 5.5 and 10.5, values of x and y. And when now here I am able to write minus object1. When I write minus object1, and let's say before that I will display object1 dot display, object1 dot display, and here when I write minus object1, then I can write display after that also. Just cut it. I will just cut it. Sorry, I will just copy it and I will just paste it. Now let's check. Before using the operator minus object1, see, initially the values are 5.5 and 10.5, but when I write minus in front of the object name, then it negate both the variables, minus 5.5 and minus 10.5. This is not possible without this operator function. If I make this operator function as comment, it will give us an error. We cannot do it directly with an object. So for this purpose, we need to overload the object. Now let's say uncomment it. It will work fine. Now let's say I give something in negative. Then it will print it in positive. Like for example, here the values are minus 5.5 and 10.5. And then we will display it, we will use minus operator function. It will be 5.5 and minus 10.5. For the same operator, we can write friend function also. Now here I can write friend void operator, but then just because this function is not the member of class, it cannot access private members directly. So here we need to take one object as parameter. Let's say item I. And here we will write I dot x will be minus I dot x and I dot y will be minus I dot y, because this friend function is not the member of class. So when you are overloading a unary operator, in case of friend function you need one object as parameter. In case of member function, you need not any object as parameter. This is the basic rule for overloading any unary operator. If you are overloading is with the help of friend function, if you are overloading it with the help of friend function, then you need one object as parameter, and if you are overloading it with the help of member function, operator function or member function, you don't need any object as parameter. That's all about operator overloading, basics of operator overloading. In the next video, we will discuss about some other operators, how to overload other unary operators, like how to overload increment decrement operator, how to overload shorthand operator. This we will discuss in other video. Thanks. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe the channel.